Hello, colors, and welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on some interesting transfer updates. We start with right back Ivan Fresneda, as Barcelona are reportedly in big danger as Premier League giant Arsenal have reactivated interest in the 18-year-old. Of course, contacts are already being made. We are going to be discussing on that as we move ahead. Secondly, talking about out of favor right back Sergino Dest, as it have been reported that Premier League clubs Fulham and Crystal Palace are still strongly interested in the Barca's right back. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into the full stories, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Barcelona have narrowed in on Real Valladolid young star Ivan Fresneda as their preferred target to reinforce that right back position in the summer. However, FC Barcelona are set to face some very serious competition in the pursuit of Fresneda. Earlier this week, reports did emerge claiming that Real Madrid had approached Fresneda's entourage to test the waters about a possible transfer. Now, as per Gabriel Sanz of Mundo Deportivo, Arsenal have also reactivated their interest in Ivan Fresneda and they have already established contacts to explore the possibility of a move. Arsenal are in the market for a new right back and they have identified the same target as Barca, João Cancelo from Manchester City, and now they are going for Valladolid's Fresneda. The Gunners' interest in the latter had gone quiet of late, but as per the report, they have now rekindled their pursuit of the Spanish under-19 international. The report claims that Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta admires Fresneda's talents, while the young star fits in well with the club's economic parameters, making him an attractive prospect. Barcelona, too, hold a strong interest in Fresneda, and they have held talks with his agent on multiple occasions already. The 18-year-old's release clause has dropped down to 20 million euros after Valladolid's relegation from La Liga last season. But the Catalans cannot offer more than 10 million. So, if Arsenal would be willing to match the release clause, they might have the edge over Barcelona in the race for Fresneda. However, reports have suggested that the 18-year-old is keen on joining Barcelona and is willing to wait for the Blaugrana to make their first offer. Apart from the aforementioned clubs, even AC Milan are also showing interest in Fresneda and they have had negotiations with his agent Fali Ramadani. With so much interest in the 18-year-old, Barca must act swiftly in their pursuit, although their financial situation prohibits them from doing so, which means complicating matters. Barcelona have been so sluggish in their transfer targets, which is a worrying concern for us. We saw the likes of Ada Güler last week, how Real Madrid, hijacked the player away from our hands, all because of financial reasons. Of course, I wouldn't blame any club if they want to hijack our players because we know that yes, we are going through a lot financially, but we keep talking about the links, the interest of the player, but failing to make any concrete move or failing to take action to get the player as soon as possible. And I still wonder how on earth are we going to get these players when we have not even been able to register the ones we have already bought. So far, Barca have already signed three players: Ilkay Gundogan, Inigo Martinez, and of course Vitor Roque. Those three players can't be registered until player sales take place. Ivan Fresneda has been a strong target for Barca since the beginning of the summer transfer window, as Barca have been looking to reinforce the right back position, which I think is a position that should be a priority. We haven't gotten a good right back ever since Dani Alves left his club in 2016, which means getting a good right back is imperative. It is very necessary, So it remains to be seen what happens. But now, talking about this report claiming how Arsenal have joined the race for Ivan Fresneda, it should bring a lot of, I don't know, fear after what just happened to Alagula, you know. And it kind of baffles me that a player who is really, I think, affordable, 10 million plus add-ons is what Valladolid is asking minimum from Barca, even though the add-ons have not been specified how much exactly. But Barca are still saying that they can't be able to afford that. They still need to sort out something in their finances first before they can make a move for the player. But now that we're talking about AC Milan entering the race as well as Arsenal, then that should spell big trouble, big danger for Barca. Because I think our transfer targets, losing out on them, it will be very difficult. After losing out on Aragula, and of course, it's really terrible. We know that a right back is a position that needs to be strengthened. Barca have been linked with players like João Cancelo as well. And ironically, Arsenal have also been strongly linked to João Cancelo, as reports are saying that the player might likely go to the Emirates because Arsenal have that financial capability to get his signing done. But Barca don't have that. So let's see how it goes at to Ivan Fresneda's potential signing. Then moving on to the final story of discussion. Sergio Dest is one of many Barca's players facing uncertain future at the Camp Nou as the club look to offload their unwanted stars to generate fresh revenue. Coming on the back of an unsuccessful loan spell at AC Milan, Dest doesn't have a high standing among Barca coaches. Xavi Hernandez is not a big fan of the young right back either, and likely does not want him to be part of the first team next season as well. With that in mind, Barcelona are actively looking for suitors for Dest this summer. However, they haven't been much successful in that, with the player struggling to attract any clubs across Europe. But in a major boost for Barca, it appears Premier League duo Fulham and Crystal Palace have finally shown some interest in Sergio Dest. This is according to Mundo Deportivo, which suggested the player might have a market in the Premier League. Dest's current contract at Barca does not expire until 2025. The American also has a release clause of 400 million euros embedded in his contract. But Dest might join English football on a permanent deal this summer, and the operation could cost about 17 million euros. Barcelona would certainly welcome a permanent sale for Dest, as it would help them not only bring in fresh revenue but also reduce the salary mass. In the midst of uncertainty surrounding the club's pursuit of Ivan Fresneda, Dest's move to England could serve as a real boost for Barca. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.